Hi, this is Amala Reddie, Executive Editor of Commercial Integrator, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Robert Detwiler of Planar to talk about InfoComm 2026. Welcome, Robert. So nice to have you.
It's wonderful to join you again. Thank you.
Absolutely. So before we begin, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about your role and title and what you've been up to at Planar in the last few years. I know it's been a while since we met, so give me the updates.
Yeah, well, my role hasn't changed from last year. I'm still a Senior Director of Product Management at Planar, so it's my team's role to kind of focus on the products that we bring to market, working with engineering to get the best things into our portfolio, and then also working with sales team and our customers to make sure that we deliver on those things as we promise. So and learn how to improve those things over time because we always have to work with the customers and figure out what might be necessary or might be a desire for the future.
Yeah, it sounds like there's lots going on and with you and with the company, so that's always good to hear. Can you talk a little bit about how InfoComm was this year for you? Or what was the action at the booth and all?
InfoComm was fantastic. It actually really might have been one of the better InfoComms we've done in my history of Planar. We had a very, very popular booth. Partly that was due to a very creative and wow moment when you saw the booth. We had a lot of good, big, creative displays, a very large floor, a very large centerpiece that kind of spiraled down from the ceiling. And so we had a lot of people constantly in the booth. And I think Planar always has good turnout, but this one felt much bigger than normal. But we also had several key products that we were introducing at InfoComm, and so we definitely had moments of let me show you something that can be structurally or creative or unique that we've done, or let me show you those products that fit into the conference room. We were showing off both.
Yeah, and I can imagine many people must have had FOMO for not going to Planar's booth. So you mentioned you had some key products that you were showcasing, and that was causing everyone to come by. Can you spotlight some of those products for our audience who definitely are feeling that FOMO?
Yeah, so before InfoComm, I would say for a month or two leading up to InfoComm, we had a couple products that we launched. The first product was a new entry of our 21 by 9 LCD displays. So we've had a 21 by 9 in our portfolio in the past, but we upgraded that platform. So we have a 105 that we came out with, and we made sure that this one is a new 105-inch display that is much improved in its video performance and its features. We added to that 105-inch display two other sizes, so the customers have more options there. But I would say that one of the things that we are really keying in on is on the fact of great video performance, great performance for whether it is a conference room or a boardroom, or even watching media content. It's going to outperform many of the displays on the market. We've done that with HDR support, with over 2,500 points of local dimming, and many other key features that really bring up that performance level. Before InfoComm, we also launched another product called Mantis. The Mantis series is a entry into rental and staging, and we've always had rental and staging products in the past, but we really took a step back and we started sitting down with a lot of the rental and staging customers, the professional rental and staging integrators, and we asked them about how they perform their day activities. How do displays fit into their workload? And we took a lot of time to try to figure out how to streamline some of the product designs to make sure that it would help them be more efficient and not slow them down, because in rental we know that a lot of that is about going from one job to another job to another job. And so, the Mantis series is maybe kind of appears like a general rental product, but we spent a lot of times making sure that mechanisms on it were robust and can be manipulated over and over and over again. We took a moment to think about color matching all the touch points on the product so that it can be easily seen what the rental person, what the person that's setting up the stage or doing the activity has to manipulate or do. We made sure that even when the products come back into the warehouse to be inspected and reviewed to get ready to go to the next place, there is efficiencies built into the design as well. And the last product we introduced was Cobra series, and that product is really featuring a brand new LED technology. But to talk about the Cobra series itself, it's fine pixel pitch display with a 16:9 aspect ratio display cabinet. The pixel pitches from 0.6 to 1.2 are available, and so it will really fit into corporate boardrooms, some public spaces because it has a protected LED, as well as general purpose display locations as well. The unique thing about Cobra is in the LED technology. We actually spent a lot of time creating something very unique to Planar, and we put two names around it. The first name would be Everpixel, so the technology Everpixel, and technology True Micro. And these two technologies are kind of working hand in hand to deliver a very unique proposition. The LEDs themselves are smaller than I think we've really seen in the market to date. And when I talk about that, I'm really talking about the subpixel. The subpixel is down to 40 by 20 micrometers or microns. And so it's very, very small. And what that's helping us do is it's really helping with efficiencies in production to be able to have a mass producible product that can eventually really kind of bring down the price point. But what we did is we shrunk the LEDs considerably, allowing us to achieve smaller and smaller pixel pitches. So this technology can probably achieve a 0.4 pixel pitch or better. But we also saw that we shrunk everything so much, and we had extra room in the package design, in the LED pixel design. We decided to double up on the red, green, blue diodes. So we added redundancy right into the package, and that then kind of leads into the Everpixel statement. Because of that redundancy, Everpixel brings in the potential of not seeing dead pixels again. Anyway, I'll pause there and see if you have questions on some of that.
No, I think that's amazing. And it again ties back into how Planar is such a technology pioneer, like always looking to add that flexibility, that reliability, the innovation for customers, integrators, and even end users. Just out of my own curiosity, how did this idea come about for Everpixel and True Micro? Because it sounds like it's really unique.
Well, I think all these ideas really come about of trying to stretch the technology. Our engineering teams have been working on shrinking the LED dies for a while. There's other industries working on that as well. Our engineering team was working on how do we manufacture things in a more efficient way? How do we get less? How do we remove some components to improve production yields or reduce cost? And that is really what was driving True Micro to get shrinkage in the LED diodes, the subpixels, as well as the package. By all these improvements, that's how we make things more mass producible, and that's how we get to more products in the market and potentially better price points. I think the the fact that we learned that once we did all that, that we could
Mhm.
add redundancy in was a happy surprise. That we had that extra room, and so we took advantage of it. I know a lot of people think that that actually is going to increase cost quite a bit, and logically, it kind of makes sense that it should. But we were able to do that and still bring down the cost of each one of these pitches from where we were last year. So if you think about a 0.6, which we're offering in this product, we also brought down the price point from where we were offering 0.6 last year. So I think that that's a huge improvement. I guess I can't stress enough how the potential of not having to worry about dead pixels on an ongoing basis is probably a game changer for customers. That's probably the biggest thing that I think customers really are going to resonate and understand, that it will be a benefit to them, because customers are constantly hoping that their quality of unit is constantly as good as the day they got it. And this everpixel redundancy really kind of lends itself to that potential. Sure, there might be moments where one red LED, because subpixel, because we have two of them in there, there might be moments where one of them goes out. But if that was to happen, the other one is just going to compensate for it, and the user, the experience won't suffer. It should be just like it was both of them running, or a single one running, um, and you won't notice that there is any kind of outage there, because the other one will compensate and take over.
Yeah, it truly sounds like it's not just a technology, that's an innovation. It's addressing those pain points for integrators, for customers, and it's helping them do so at such a reasonable price point, as you mentioned. Again, like putting Planar in the front of the game, in front of the industry, and changing the way we look at LED. Uh, I just wanted to ask you, is there anything else? And I know there's a lot. Is there anything else that integrators can look forward to from Planar? I know there's lots going on.
I mean, look forwarding to, obviously, we invested in three categories, as I talked about. Like, we launched three things, and they're each independently important. Like, category of wide aspect ratio LCDs that are top performing, a category of rental and staging that really is about the professional, so very robust and very high quality performance there as well. Actually, I didn't mention that the video performance on that product is really geared to lend itself to virtual production. So not only did we make sure the professional installers for rental are looked at and their workloads are looked at, we made sure the end user that wants to rent it can rent it, whether it's a corporate event or they're looking to do the next movie that's going to be in your movie theater. Um, so we spent a lot of time with the performance there. And the last category is really about the general purpose LED, or the boardroom, the conference room, whether and new LED technology that I think is groundbreaking. And yes, we're going to put that new LED technology into more products. So you would see that coming in the future as well.
Yeah, it all sounds very exciting. And I know we discussed a lot, but I always like to ask before we wrap up, is there anything that I have not asked?
Well,
If that you're like,
I guess if there's anything left to say to a person, is you can always find out more on our website, planar.com. You can always reach out to any one of our team members and learn more. We have people that can help you with designs and your projects. We do, like I said, our booth had a lot of creative in the front, and it had some mainstream products that I talked about. So we have options to help with any one of the projects that you might envision.
absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Robert, for joining me today. It was amazing to hear about all that Planar has been up to and is going to do so in the future. So again, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's always nice to chat and do these. Yeah.
Once again, This is Amala Reddie from Commercial Integrator, and do check out our website, commercialintegrator.com, for all things related to InfoComm 2026. Thank you.